Little behind, but I want to call the meeting to order of the Washington Central Unified Union School District. We have a short meeting today. Thank you to everybody that is staying and that also came to the informational meeting. I am not going to do a big introduction because we just did a welcome at our other meeting, and I want to be able to move us quickly. If we could get everybody settled, that would be super helpful so that our people online can hear us too. Thank you. All right. Okay. So Lisa, you all set? All right. So we're going to open it to public comments. The time is going to be really strictly enforced, like the minute and a half, and we're going to hold it just for 15 minutes at the beginning in case there's other public comments to be made, and then we're going to move into our executive session for personnel for superintendent evaluation, and we'll continue with the rest of our meeting. So at this time, if you have a question, not a question, a public comment, please raise your hand. Okay, we have two people. Anybody online? I'm just trying to get a sense. Okay, so Noah, do you want to wait 1 second for Spencer to get us the mic? He's just getting it live first. All right. And it's always just introduce yourself and let us start the minute and a half. Noah, go ahead, Noah, and then because you had the last chance, and then you go after Noah. Is that okay?
Is there anything we can do about the feedback? Where should I stand? Over here? Okay. Noah Weinstein, Worcester. The decision Worcester residents are faced with on February 10th about whether or not to close Doty and combine schools with Middlesex is a difficult one with many important values to consider. There is the value of providing a high quality of education for all of our children, the value of utilizing taxpayer dollars in a financially responsible manner, the value of community well-being and keeping a school in each town, and a number of others, many of which tug against each other. As voters, we have the opportunity to gather accurate information, weigh these various values in our hearts and minds, and then determine for ourselves what we think will be the best choice for our children and community regarding this challenging decision. My wish right now is that we all have accurate information upon which to make this decision. Recently, there has been a good deal of inaccurate information posted on Worcester's Front Porch Forum and Facebook sites. As we consider how we may wish to vote on February 10th, I encourage all of us to fact-check for ourselves the information presented. In a recent Front Porch Forum post, it was asked why the district didn't just come out and say that class sizes are too small to keep Doty open. They have. Doty has 3 incoming kindergartners projected for the next coming school year and projected incoming classes of 3 to 6 children over the next 5 years. As much as I wish there were a stash of children or a stash of money somewhere that would help give Doty sufficient class sizes and funding, that does not appear to be the case. As difficult as it is, I've decided to vote yes to close Doty and combine schools with Middlesex because the teachers believe it will provide a better education for our children, and I trust the teachers. I also believe Worcester is strong and resilient and can find ways to continue.
Thank you, Noah. Could you pass the mic? Thanks.
Hi, Kathleen Bookchin, Worcester. I wanted to go back to those charts I was speaking to in the earlier meeting, please. And it is my understanding now that there will be 3 interventionists. That's a good thing. I would like you to sort of make that noted on your chart so it's not a misunderstanding, even if you have to do it with an asterisk, as far as the title is concerned. Similarly, that you have artist in residence with an asterisk, and it said it's grant-based, and that falls under your band chorus block. And I'm curious what that is. It says artist in residence, and so I also would like to understand the transition coordinators that are going to be grant funded for these 2 new schools. I'd like to see them on some sort of grid, so I know that they're going to be there, even if there is an asterisk. And again, as far as the math is concerned, we've got the school counselors from Berlin going from 1 to 2, but yet they're not getting any more kids. So I, again, just don't see the equity there. And then if I was in Berlin, I would be concerned why my PE health is actually going down. I think you've expressed that there's more behavioral struggles over there, and I would want those kids to have PE and health if there was more behavioral struggles over there. And we talked about traditions, and I would like, you mentioned community lunch, but I am also very concerned about eco and educating outdoors, and I would like to somehow see that up the hill. Thank you.
Thank you, Kathleen.
So I'll make it a point to update those charts for everybody so that we have those as accurate charts, and that we'll address those issues. Thank you.
I don't see any other hands online, so we are going to move into the next agenda item, and that's our proposed executive session.
So I move that we move into executive session for personnel issue for considering superintendent evaluation to include Sandra Cameron and Stephen Dellinger Pate.
Thank you. Thank you, Diane. Thank you, Chris. All those in favor, please signify by saying aye. Aye. Okay, everybody, we're going to go to the music room, and Stephen, we'll text you when we're ready for you.
I was going to say, just for clarity, you'll call me in.
Yes, we'll
Okay.
call you in. Okay. Could I have a motion for accepting a resignation?
I move that we accept the resignation of Lauren Kiesling, WCUUSD school psychologist, effective March 6, 2026.
Second.
Second by Daniel. All those in favor, please signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Okay. Any opposed? Any abstentions? Hearing none. Sorry. Is the resignation? It's just accept. Is that okay? Okay. So the ayes have it. And then we are going to move back up into approving our minutes of January 21st, 2026. Could I have a motion?
I move we approve the minutes of January 21st, 2026.
A second?
Second.
Okay, Daniel, any amendments to the minutes? Any discussion? Look pretty correct to me. Okay. All those in favor, please signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Any abstentions? Hearing none, the motion carries. We have our future agenda items. Stephen is working on the,
Yeah, so for the U32 schedule, we're meeting with Association on Friday. We're looking at several possibilities of tweaking the schedule because there were some concerns about it. Once there's a decision made with faculty, we've got some student input to it as well. And once there's a decision made around that, we'll bring it back to the board for you guys to see what was done so that you'll be up to date on that. That's actually catching us up from a different schedule change, and I understand that. But I felt like let's get this one taken care of, and then we'll talk about it.
Question?
yes, go ahead.
You mentioned there'd be student input. What's the process for including students, and where in the decision-making point are you going to ask the students?
So they've gotten some feedback informally from some of the student council members, but we'll be including student council as part of here's what we're thinking, so there may be a couple of options from this meeting on Friday. We're waiting to see. We've got several different schedules that we're looking at, and so we're going to try to narrow it down and then bring it to the kids, as opposed to getting them when we're trying to see, are they contractual, are they those pieces. We're trying to get that information taken care of first, and then bringing the student council in on that discussion.
Thanks.
Great. Go ahead. Can you use your mic? Sorry.
This is the band schedule?
You're talking about, like, this is when classes meet, not which classes?
Like 7 periods?
Correct.
Okay,
yeah.
I'm just wondering because I met with my son and his TA yesterday to talk about his schedule for next year, which is based on a 7-period day.
It is a 7-period
okay.
day. We're not changing the number
Okay.
of classes, we're changing how they may be organized, or the
Got it.
links. Do they meet 3 times a week or 4 times a week? Those
Okay.
are the kinds of questions we're
Just
asking.
wanted to make sure he wasn't
No,
like creating a schedule.
we
and it's
are
gonna be
not
blown up.
recreating the number of classes per year. So we're
Okay.
sticking with 7 right now.
Thank you.
Are you going to include just a discussion of the previous schedule changes and the reason behind that? Or-
Yeah, we'll talk about the progression of where we are, because we've actually been through more than just this schedule. This will be, I don't know, the 7th or 8th different schedule in the last 10 years. The U band was there. Ooh, yeah, I remember those. All right.
Okay, so the next part is board reflection. Is there any board reflection? Otherwise,
Can I just share, so the little note that was left from one of our speakers in the earlier session, I just want to read the PS because it's just adorable. It's PS, I love Doty and I had a good run at it, but now I would have a good run at Rumney.
yeah,
And I thought that was just the sweetest. When I saw that, I was like, oh, that's sweet.
let's just,
Our parent had nothing to do with that.
yeah.
I will,
Completely of her own accord.
yes. So just wanted to share that.
Right, so, oh, sorry, Ursula.
I know they're not here, but my board reflection is on our students who did come and then stood up in front of a room full of adults, which is a really, I don't even like public speaking, and I am a grown-up. And they came in front of all of these adults and spoke their mind, and that's really brave, and I like our students a lot.
I would agree with that, and how they were able to look at the future, you know, like say thank you to the past. And we talked so much about that in leadership and other things about not having a scarcity mindset. It's like you say thank you to what had served you, and then you move forward with heart to the future. It was just like the perfect, but we're so lucky, and, you know, our teachers are doing a good job, and their parents too. But now let's move into public comments, unless you have something else. No. There's nobody here. Anybody online that wants to make a comment? David, you've been very quiet. Okay, I'm not going to be anybody.
Hi, dialing in from San Francisco. Nothing to contribute, though.
Thank you, David. Okay, and Catherine, thank you for being with us today. At the next meeting, we will have student input, but I've been seeing you there, so thank you for being here as our student board representative. Since there's no public comments, we can move to our proposed executive session for residency requests. Could I have a motion?
I move that we adjourn to executive session to consider a residency request to include Steve.
2 residency
To the
requests.
So not move to adjourn, just move to.
Right, to move into an executive session to consider 2 residency requests and to include Stephen Dellinger Pate.
Thank you.
Thank you. Second by Patrick. All those in favor, please signify by saying aye. Aye. Okay. The ayes have it. Let's move into executive session. We'll go back to the art room.
Yes, please.
Okay, let's go back to the art room, and then for Orcan, it should be super quick. There was going to be an action, and we'll be back.
To accept the recommendation of the administration in support of both residency requests.
Thank you, Diane. Second by Amelia. All right, all those in favor, please signify by saying aye. Aye. Any opposed? Any abstentions? The ayes have it. Thank you, everybody, and now we could have a motion to adjourn. Thank you, Chris. Second by McKellen, or who seconded? No.
McKayla.
Oh, I'm
Mike,
sorry, who
Chris.
moved it? Chris. Okay, thank you.
Okay, all those in favor, please signify by leaving. Thank you.